Alright folks, this is Grease Scotsman with Quake Live TV, and we are about to get King of the Hill number 25 underway. And we're trying out something a little bit new, and we're going to try an IRC bot for signups. So tonight, if you would like to play in King of the Hill, instead of just joining the server, we ask that you please go to poundql.tv on gamesurge.net or quakenet.org. Either one will work. And type in !sign up.
And yeah, guys, this is absolutely different than what we usually do. Usually we all just kind of hop on here, but now go into IRC, make sure you get signed up, because that way we're going to have a really good list and there will be no more confusion whatsoever. And I can't tell you how friggin' sweet that is.
Vote failed.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
It's friggin' sweet.
It is pretty sweet. Like, basically, you know, obviously, people were getting a little bit frustrated with the disjointed, you know, trying to figure out the list and all that shit. So, so we've decided to organize it a little bit, and I want to give some props here. Peavy messaged me a couple of days ago, and he's like, "Hey, Greased, I wrote this bot. Honestly, I didn't have a chance to look at it until like 5 minutes ago, guys. So that's why it wasn't announced or anything like that. But, quite frankly, you know, it's pretty simple. It's a sign-up bot. There we go. We're ready to go. We got our players in the right spot. And the great thing about this is anyone can see the order of the list. They can see how long the list is, so on and so forth. So right now we have 11 people signed up, which is pretty darn cool.
Prepare to fight.
And we're going to get King of the Hill live, Jahar, in about 3 seconds. Would you like to kick us off?
Ooh.
One. Fight.
I would indeed, and we're going to be following Square himself right off the bat, getting a nice red armor spawn, going over towards yellow, missing the jump the first time and the second time, and that he's finally going to go for the stairs, grabbing the rail. It's going to give Eric plenty of time to grab Mega and a rocket launcher, and he's going in strong right now, but ends up taking a rail, and he's going really
Nice
aggressive. Only 15 health until it was nice. He went really strong there with 15 health.
Yeah, 60% rail for Square himself. And I was a little bit worried because at the start of this thing, Square seemed to have, you know, he's not very quick with the movement, but man, he is good with the rail. What the hell is this thing? 40. Eric's running with a 20, 25. Yeah. Not too
Well, at
bad.
least these guys are even on the board.
So, you know, Square, I think, is really sort of living and dying by his rail. I like the choice by Eric to basically go close range and use an LG, because that usually screws up a railer's aim. So, smart choice there. Eric picks up frag number 2 and Mega. So I think the big thing is, yeah, really the big thing that I think Square's going to have a hard time with is securing items, because I think what I've seen so far in the first minute and a half is that Eric a little bit tighter on movement and timing. So we'll see if that bears out. He's running with a 180 stack.
Absolutely, and that has given him, as you said, a really godly stack. And as you can see, a lot of this damage is coming from directions that I don't think Square is really expecting the damage to be coming out of. So Eric plays the teleporter play, doesn't exactly know where Eric's going to be coming out of, and a nice rail from Eric finishes him off a third time.
He's got a chance. Okay, nice. Look at this, yeah. Square's decision there, basically to let red sit and he tries to do damage against it. He has landed a rail while Eric whiffed his. So that's kind of even the stack. Now that Square has the other armor, he's actually in pretty good shape. Nice switch up to the LG. Again, another rail. One more will put Eric down. And he does a little spin move. Not sure exactly what happened there. Let's go take a look at him. Oh, he just froze. So maybe is Square like an ICTF player or something?
Maybe. I mean, he's as you said, he has really amazing rail right now. But right now he's 12 seconds early for the armor, only 30 health. This is not a good place for him to be right here.
Right, and any predictable move and he'll be down. He has waited out red long enough. And he's going to drop in on it. Looks like Eric probably left it for greener pastures.
Hopefully that gives him the timing.
Yeah. Although that's why I was wondering if he was an ICTF player, because usually CTF players don't have as tight armor timing as they should.
Hmm.
I mean, I
But
played
his rail
CTF.
is really tight.
Yeah. So.
So right now Square is looking for a sign of Eric, and here comes Eric coming straight out with the rail, finishing off, well not finishing off, but following up with some LG. That's going to leave Square with 25-0 health. And yeah, I want to say that Eric is definitely playing the map a lot more. Square, depending on his aim, but that's only half the battle, or actually probably only about a third of the battle. Of the movement, aim, map knowledge trifecta.
Wait, is that 3 things? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. 1, 2.
No, I know. I'm being a jackass.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you got it. You
But yeah,
are.
I think the biggest thing for Square is going to be item timing. We're going to switch over to his point of view as he takes a rail but feeds a rail, and his fight or flight isn't quite. You know, what I'm sensing is that when he gets hit, he's not exactly sure where to go. You know, he doesn't know the best escape routes, and so he's actually going to sit on this red. What the hell just happened to his ping?
Lag.
He just 999'd.
Ooh boy.
Let's see if he's back down.
OMG. OMFG. That's not good. And Eric's going, okay, free items.
Yeah, indeed. So, passing the halfway point, we're going to try to watch... Yeah, he really is lagging out here.
There we go. Thank you for pausing that. We're going to see if this is a temporary thing or if this is going to be troubling to his overall ability to play here. Somebody tripped over his Cat 5.
Yeah. Gotta
Or he
stop
got the
those
plate in his head
torrents.
over his Wi-Fi antenna. Oh, and then I was like, oh, I'm lagging out too. But then I realized it was paused and I can't switch players.
Good job. This pesky pussy is always chewing
Clumsy
through
cat.
our network cables. Yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yes, you gotta watch out for those toothful pussies. Alright, let's try to unpause this. He might be alright.
Alright, maybe. But if it is a Wi-Fi thing, then it's not the last we've seen of this lag.
2, 1.
Yeah, and Eric's like, oh, you screwed up my timing, you bastard. And Square himself will die, so that's going to
Square's
give
like,
timing
"That was
back
my
to Eric.
plan." Yep. I will lag out to throw off his timing. It is flawless.
Eric has definitely had the better run of the items for the entirety. But what can you do? Let's take a look.
Run.
And I'm going to be punching my own ISP in the balls pretty soon.
Uh-oh, why?
My connection's been shit for like the last week. It's like ever since Thanksgiving, pretty much.
And are you still blaming the student rush?
I don't know what to think of it now. It seems like it just never quite got back in order. Nice.
Oh my god!
Nice rockets there from
Eric
Eric.
just faced Square. Just
Yeah.
bam, bam. That was just gorgeous. Alright, and Eric doing the smart thing here, not going up the stairway, waiting for Square to find a way out, and that way out is going to be no way out at all because Eric's just going to LG him down 6 feet under.
Yeah. And we got Vavictus is saying that Square, not much of a dueler. That's quite alright. Although Eric almost missed the jump to Mega.